Hey everybody, welcome back to the Frugal Father channel. I'm glad to have you guys here on our money saving and money understanding and personal finance journey. Today's topic is 10 ways that frugal people stay frugal and keep saving money. Okay? 10 ways, that's fantastic. Whether you're just getting started or you are a seasoned frugal person, we're going to get into it today, and we're going to share some of the best tips, tricks, and practices for you guys. All right. Number one, create and stick to a budget. I know it's hard, but January, again, is a great time to stick to a budget. I have a whole budgeting book that I use. I'll actually put a link in the description box below to that worksheet. And I'll do a future video on that of completing that and how easy it is and different ways that you can use it to help set goals for yourself, to see where your expenses are, what you can cut. We've used different forms of budget, but the one that I have right now is a really good one to use because it really shows you what you're saving for and the reason for what you're saving and why you're budgeting. Budgeting, it can be for various things. You want to budget to make sure that you're not overspending. You want to budget to see, where all of your money goes to. Maybe you're budgeting because you're getting ready to try to save up extra money for a trip. Lots of different reasons for that budget, but make one and stick to it. That's the key. Another good tip for that budget is to have a financial accountability partner. What is that? So, a financial accountability partner is somebody that you can check in with every month, every 2 weeks, whatever your time frames are, and they can just see how you're doing. Like, hey, are you sticking to your budget? Did you meet your savings goals for the month? Whatever you want them to hold you accountable for. That's another great benefit to add to that budget. Number two is to embrace minimalism. Sometimes that has a negative word, like, oh, I'm just going to have like one chair in my living room and, only like one plate and one fork and one knife. No, it's just, you're more intentional with your purchases. You look around the room. Do I need all these knickknacks? Do I need, all this artwork on the wall? Or do I just need enough? Do I need, a whole 2 shelves, let's say, full of sheets? Probably not. I mean, you may need like 1 or 2 sets or 3, whatever that is. But you're shrinking down the amount of things that you have. But you're not sacrificing your lifestyle. You're not sacrificing how you feel. You're just simplifying. All right. Number 3 is the mentality. That's something hard. It takes a long time to become a frugal person. There are people that can just do it right out the gate and they can just hit it and they're great and they're good to go. And then there's other people. I took a little bit of time to come around to being frugal. I had to be when I was, working part-time when I was younger and through college. But now then when I first got kind of my paychecks, I became a little more, lax with the frugality. I was like, well, I'm making good money, I'll be fine. And then kids came along and I was like, we really need to get on this budget thing. And I need to find ways to save money because, formula wasn't cheap, diapers weren't cheap, things like that. So I really started diving into, ways I can save money, use more, like generic products are good, but more, natural products, things like that. Just, again, simplifying things, not having 20,000 other items in the house, and saving money along the way. Next one is meal planning. That one, you guys, everybody hears a lot about meal planning. I take meal planning a little differently. So we'll buy stuff that's on sale the week at the grocery store, And we may not make a meal around that item. For instance, if you just buy pasta sauce that's on sale, right? You may not make a pasta dish that needs sauce this week. So, but you're planning that's like a future meal plan, basically. So sometimes you're just future planning or prepping your meals. So, but meal plans are good. They work for a lot of people. You can write down like Monday we're having, spaghetti. Tuesday we're having tacos, etc. And those work great for folks as well. So it also helps you from running out and just grabbing something quick at like a grab and go case or hitting that drive-through. Next is smart shop and strategically. So what does that mean? So that's a few different things. We all know when we go in grocery stores, retailers are going to put all kinds of stuff around the stores, checkout lanes, all that stuff to entice you to impulse buy. You have to stay focused when you're in that grocery store. It's hard if you got kids or your cell phone's going off or whatever distraction you may have. But if you create that list, try to minimize the distractions, you can be more focused on what you truly need to buy in a store, whether it's a grocery store, a retail store, whatever the case may be. Buying in bulk is another part of this. You can buy flour in bulk, sugar in bulk. You can get containers to put them in at like the bakery section of the grocery store. You can go ask them. They'll either give it to you for free or they may charge you like $1 a container because you have to make sure it's food grade. But yeah, if you can buy stuff in bulk and it can last, has a great shelf life, do it. You're only going to reap the rewards of saving. The next one, number 6, kind of goes into the same thing we just talked about, that impulse buying. Everybody's guilty of it. I am too. I'm guilty of the impulse buy sometimes. Like walk past that donut case and you're like, oh man, those things look really good. I'm just going to get 2 donuts. Don't deprive yourself, but don't do it all the time. So if it's something small and you want to do it once a month, sure, it's okay to do it once a month. But just don't do it every time. That's where you can get yourself into trouble and where you're starting to waste money. Next is embrace secondhand shopping. So it's not a trend. It's not something yucky. It's saving you money at the end of the day, really. When I first was on my own, out of the parents' house, right? It was like, shop at a thrift store, Goodwill. What? No. Like, I'll go and get a sale, at a store, but I'm not shopping at these places. Well, as I got older, I learned somebody took me into a nice thrift store. And I learned that there are brand new things in those thrift stores that still have the tags on it because they're brand new, right? And it literally, more than half off. Like, I just bought a pair of khaki pants for work. They still had all the tags on them. I think they were like, I don't know, $60 or $70 pants or something. And I got them for $10. $10, guys. So please go into a thrift store. Check them out. Check out yard sales. Even yard sales. For kids' clothes or even for like yourself, like jackets or something like that. People wear things like once or twice and it sits in their closet. And honestly, they pull it out and they just yard sale it or they're giving away to the, a thrift store or Goodwill. But definitely check those out. Don't turn your nose up on it. I promise you there is a lot of good stuff out there. You just have to spend the time, devote the time, and go in and look around. Got some notes over here. That's why I'm looking at those. All right, next. Invest in quality, not quantity. So you're going to pay a little bit more up front. But it's going to last you longer in the long run. I think I got that right. So for instance, like washing machines. a lot of those parts are made of plastic, the insides, and they're going to break. Maybe you have to look at, when you're going out to purchase something, look at what the parts are made of. If they are made with more durable, maybe metal parts, things like that that are going to last a long time, it's probably worth the investment to go ahead and buy those things. Pay that little bit of extra money and buy it, and you're going to save yourself money in the long run. Plus, you're not going to, be dumping a lot of products in landfills and things like that. So, just think about cars. Look at the cars that are on the road for a long time. I mean, you can look online for all that stuff, but you can just be observant. I mean, look around. You might see, what are the consistent brands that you see out there that you're saying, wow, that car, okay, I see the brand, looks a little bit of an older car. So in your head, you might say, okay, well, that might be a brand that I may want to look into buying because it's on the road, it's older, whether the person has had it for years or maybe they just bought it. But definitely check out, and especially the used cars. There's so much information these days on used cars from, the Car Facts and other reports that you can get on cars. And, you're just buying that that name. Some of those names do last a long time. So, number 9, continuous learning and self-improvement. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm learning about YouTube. I'm learning about, all the things you have to do to put a YouTube video out there, digital marketing, my side hustles, with the apps that I use. I'm constantly trying to learn, because if not, you're just going to sit around and, you need to keep yourself, I don't want to say in the know, but you got to keep yourself educated. You got to learn what's going on. You may not want to do it, but at least learn about it. There's you can pause that TV show for 30 minutes and get out there and learn something. So, and last but not least, number 10, experiences over things. That's something that we've actually started doing during the Christmas season. We celebrate, and we try to at least incorporate 2 experiences, buying tickets or buying season passes somewhere for our family versus, toys or extra clothes or electronics or things like that. They get 2 experiences. And we also offer those suggestions to parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, whoever, because everybody has so much stuff. Again, it's get tickets to a game, or get tickets to a show, or get season passes to, an amusement park, whatever it is. Experiences over things. So those are the 10 things that frugal people do to save money. A lot of it, I've told you, stuff that I've done, and that I'll continue to do. Living a frugal lifestyle is not I did these 3 things and that's it. There's so much more out there to learn and to do, and I've continued to do it. I've been living a frugal lifestyle for quite a number of years. I don't feel deprived. And I'm excited to keep sharing my ways and my tips and my tricks here with you all. And I hope that you all provide those in the comments. So please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. More content will be coming out. I do try to post about once a week. And hopefully you guys keep following me in this journey. Thanks. Take care.